Hey YouTube, it's me, Arthur, and this is my 5 months on teeth. I actually made a list today. I tried to make this video this morning with breaks in it because I thought I would experiment with jump cutting, and that didn't turn out too well for me. So here I am, probably 6 hours later, hoping to rectify the issues that I had. So here we go. We're going to start with physical changes and stuff like that, and then sort of move down that list, and then I actually want to talk about my 3 month. Technically, it would be more like a 5 month check-in with Howard Brown, and then just kind of like a general life update. Because, yeah, stuff. Wow, I'm enthusiastic. um, in terms of my voice, like I can't really tell if it's dropped anymore from the last time I actually took the effort to make a video, but it feels different. It feels a lot rougher, and it feels like it's coming from somewhere a lot deeper inside of me. And what's good too is that for the longest time, the top range of my singing voice was very strained, like what would be referred to as a male falsetto was very uncomfortable and difficult to reach. And now it's not. It's actually really, really natural for me to sing stuff like Mumford and Sons or like Bastille or something like that. I can do it all, and like I can go the distance from Hercules. I was like, I can sing again, and now I can't really stop. My roommate probably hates me for that. In terms of like facial hair, there's still progress going on there. Um, the creeper stash now extends all the way across my upper lip when I, fuck you mosquito, when I let it grow out. And I mean that's not necessarily desirable to me. It looks good when it's in that middle stage, which really only lasts a day or two, and then it gets super out of control and like geeky 11-year-old looking, and I'm not about that. So chin hair here and starting to get some around here is visible to the naked eye. It's dark, it's long, it's not necessarily coarse. It's kind of like the first time you stop shaving your legs. The hair is very baby, and it's still dark because you've been shaving it, but you get what I'm saying. Another thing in regard to like my sideburns, they're not really like there yet, but they're it's getting there. The person that cuts my hair went to town on my hair with the wrong size guard this last time I went to go get a haircut, and so like the sides were super short, like shorter than my mom's hair, and her hair is pretty much buzzed off. So, you know, for the first few days, this right here was about the same length as this. Wasn't the same color, obviously, so I mean, it wasn't like a visible difference, but it like, to the touch, it was like, wow, that's really nice, and I kind of hope that's like a foreshadowing of things to come. In regards to other body hair, my arm hair has gotten a lot darker and thicker, like it extends around the sides of my arm now, and it goes all the way up here. What's unfortunate about my arm hair is that my body isn't used to growing so much hair there, so I get like these nasty red bumps where my doctor says these are ingrown hairs and there's no way to get rid of them. So I kind of just have to sit through this every couple weeks, like a new one will crop up, and it's super painful, and they get really big, and my mom thought I had like shingles or the chicken pox or something when I came home, and I was like, okay, Mom. But other hair, my thigh hair up here is more consistent. Like it goes around the knee and it comes up now, and it's dark and it's coarse. It's growing in, which is nice because I mean when I started testosterone, I didn't have visible hair on my thighs. In regards to other hair, I haven't really recognized any chest hair. I mean, my armpit hair is like super, it was already super out of control even before I started tea, and then courtesy of people that have noticed this, like if I walk around in my underwear, like I'm not saying my ass hair is out of control, but it's dark and it extends like, you know, above where my crack would be. It's not gross though. Like if you keep it in check, it's not. That's kind of TMI. Whatever. um, other thing, happy trail is visible to the naked eye. I have to shave my stomach now, because I mean, like, the wispy outlier hairs are super gross and weird. My shoulders have started to fill out. I can't really tell if you can see, but, like, you know, that's a thing. Like, my shoulders are obviously broader than the rest of me. I'm not really comfortable displaying the full deal, but fat has shifted from my hips onto my stomach, so I kind of have like a little, beer belly almost, but not, because it's flat, but there's obviously a difference from what there was before. My face is filled out. I think it's probably really obvious. Under here, I don't have jowls, but like the connective flesh is different. My face is square, and my cheekbones are a little more filled in, I think. My neck is thicker, too. It makes me look super beefy and weird, because, like, I'm of average height, so someone like me being built like this is a little unusual, I think. My skin has gotten really oily, and that might be attributed to the fact that it's gotten really warm outside, and that nowhere that I've lived since it's gotten warm has had a consistent source of air conditioning. So I might just be sweating balls and not knowing it. My skin's rougher too, like, especially in the face and like on my arms and somewhat on my calves. It's just rougher. I think my pores on my face might be a little bit bigger than they were before. My hands are bigger, and by that I mean I think my fingers are actually longer. I have a journal that I keep a record of some measurements in, and one of the first things I did was trace my hand and like mark the locations of the knuckles. My knuckles are in different places now. The palm is relatively the same dimension, just a square shape. It was more get out of there. Yeah, I don't know, pudgier. So yeah, since probably the end of the 4th month, I have had more energy. That might be due to the increase in sleep and the lessening of stress in my life overall. I mean, I'm still kind of stressed right now, but I'm not like, I'm torn up over school and stuff. I'm just kind of chilling. Oh, and when I went to go see Star Trek, I managed to cry like a little bitch for the first time in 5 months. So, to those of you who know the facts about, you know, not being able to cry once you're on testosterone, I just broke through that. I mean, I'm not crying all the time now, but now I know that it's possible to cry. Freaking Spock and Kirk, man. Right in my feels. So that's pretty much the end of the list. So I'm going to get on to talking really briefly about my, what was supposed to be my 3-month follow-up at Howard Brown that was done right before month 5. I was originally supposed to go on Monday, the 12th, but my parents decided that it would be a cool idea to pick me up from college and then go on a 1-day staycation kind of thing, and I was like, guys, I don't want to be in the back seat with all of my earthly belongings crushed on a 5-hour drive. They're like, whatever, you'll enjoy it. And I mean, it wasn't bad. It didn't turn out bad, but I had to postpone the appointment 1 day, and I had to do it immediately then because my doctor was like leaving the country after that Tuesday. So I went in on Tuesday, which was the 13th, and I got some blood work done. He kind of asked me about my changes, made me feel really awkward about like my sex life and stuff. I was just like, you know, sitting there minding my own business and like answering these questions, and he was just like, what about your sex drive? And I guess I turned like bright red, and he like giggled really weirdly and was like, oh, you're so pink, and I'm like, but yeah, so that happened. The blood work came back. My mom says my cholesterol is fine. When they took my blood pressure, it was 120/70, so it's in really good condition, like physically fit condition. I'm on the same dose, and I'm waiting for the extended results. I don't really know what that entails. I think it's just the T levels this time, so I don't have to go back until the end of the summer. In general, life is good. I went home for 2 weeks before coming back to home here in town. I stayed at my parents' place, and it was fine. My parents have been making an effort to refer to me properly, and my mom said that my dad's been doing it consistently since I was home over spring break. She said that, you know, when they refer to me in conversation, like even when I'm not there, like my dad will correct himself if he slips up, and, you know, my mom's been getting better too. Generally, like when my dad slips up, he's never done it in public, and when he does it at home, he'll just correct himself very quietly and continue on with what he was saying. With my mom, she kind of like freaks out a little bit and expresses her sense of guilt, and then I'm just like, well, okay. So, I mean, it's good that they're learning, and I'm glad. We kind of removed some traces of my childhood that made me anxious when I was home too, so they're more accepting than they have ever been, and yeah. So that's that. I actually, on the other side of the family front, I'm playing for my one of my cousin's weddings. She also happens to be my car. Jesus, downside of sitting on a porch. My cousin, who is also my godmother and like one of my favorite people ever, is having her wedding, and I'm out to her, but like I don't think she's going to be understanding about putting my name properly in her bulletin, because I'm not out to the rest of the family, and I feel like even if I was, they would think that I'm like going through a phase, when in reality this has been going on visibly to them for probably 5 years. So, I mean, it's probably going to be nerve-wracking, to say the least. I'll get over it. It'll probably be like 20 hours of absolute misery. I'll get kind of hammered at the reception with the rest of my family, and then get on a train and come back here, which is, you know. Actually, it's kind of funny. When I was home, I went to church with my godmother and her fiance, and her fiance's dad was with them, and he mistook me for a guy consistently. Like, he gendered me correctly, and then, like, I don't know if her fiance knows, like, if she's told him, but he was like, oh, you know, I'm really sorry, and I'm like, no, it's fine. And so we'll see if that, like, opens any doors. I highly doubt it will. Whatever. Meanwhile, I'm back here in the town where I go to school, looking for a job. Haven't really got any, like, promising leads yet, but it's really been less than a week. And if my parents expect me to get a job in 8 days, then that's freaking, like, unreasonable as all get out. So we'll see how, you know, this turns out. I'm gonna call the manager of the local Wendy's, gonna call in on some mall applications probably Monday too, and the neighborhood co-op, which is like the vegan grocery store, is hiring, and I have a lot of ins with that, so I need to get in touch with someone about getting some references. So send good vibes my way. Very much appreciation if you would. I'm living in a house with one of my best friends. If you are my friend on Facebook, you will probably see the records of our escapades all the time. That goes for Tumblr too. It's just like, it's not like a non-stop party, but it's like a non-stop case of the laughs. It's a good place to be. My roommate has a cat and a dog, and they're like batshit crazy, but I kind of love them. I've never had pets before, so this is new for me. Actually getting used to adult life. We have a huge conversion van. I don't know if you'll be able to see through the slats of the, things like the Mystery Machine. I had to drive it to the Walmart the other day, and it was harder to pilot probably than like the USS Enterprise. So yeah, I mean, that's that. I'm just here kind of with people doing work for my teacher, and looking out for some jobs. So this has been 5 months. I'll try and be diligent with monthly videos from now on. So have a good weekend, guys. See you later.